What's up, guys? Welcome back. Now I'm super excited about today because today I'm making espresso brownies. Yes, you heard that right, espresso brownies. Now, if you guys know me, you know I love coffee and I love dessert, so this is literally the best food. I first saw this recipe when I was in high school. I went through this whole Food Network phase, and I was watching Food Network a lot, and one of my favorite shows was Everyday Italian with Giada de Laurentiis. I don't know if that show is still on or not really sure. But on that show, she made these espresso brownies, and I was like, yes, need that. So I made it one time in high school, and I've made it several times since then, but I haven't had it in several years, so that's why I'm really excited to make it today. It's really easy, and again, I will link the recipe down below so you guys can do it also, but let's go over the ingredients and we will get started. Alright, so this recipe has two parts. It has the brownie and then it has the icing. So for the brownie, you're going to need a box of brownie mix, whatever kind you want. I like the Duncan Hines dark chocolate one. You could even make your own, but it's easier if you just use a box. You need a box of brownie mix. You'll need a couple of eggs, 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips, a 1/3 cup of water, a 1/3 cup of oil, and 2 tablespoons of espresso powder. And one thing about the espresso powder can be really expensive if you buy in the store, but one thing that I learned by doing a little Google search is that you can actually make your own. Yeah, so you can just take your old coffee grounds that you use, spread it out on a baking sheet, put your oven to the lowest setting that it has. Mine is 200, yours might be 170, and then bake your used coffee grounds for like 2 to 3 hours. And when they come out, you can grind them really finely into a powder. And you have espresso powder. That's really all espresso powder is. It's just coffee grounds that are ground, roasted, and then dried. And so, yeah, so if you want to buy your own at the grocery store, you can do that, but it's hard to find and it's expensive, or you can just make your own. So that's what I did. And that's it for the brownie part. Now for the icing, you're just gonna need 2 tablespoons of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of softened butter, and then 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now another thing about the powdered sugar is I only have granulated sugar, but I found out that you can also make powdered sugar by just combining 1 cup of granulated sugar with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and then just grinding it in a really high-powered blender, and then you get powdered sugar. So that's what I did here. All right, so that's it for the ingredients, and now we will get started on making the brownie part. All right, so in here I've got my water, my oil, my eggs, and my espresso powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and whisk that up really well, and then I will add my brownie mix. All right, so this is pretty well mixed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add my brownie mix, and then mix all that together. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now with brownie mix, you just want to mix it until it's all incorporated. If you mix it too much, it'll be too dense. So you just want to mix it till it's all just incorporated. Then you want to add your chocolate chips, and then just kind of mix those in also. All right, so that's looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in a 9x13 baking tray. Now something about this baking tray, so I did make this a couple days ago, and I put it in an 8x8 baking dish, but when I did that, the flavor was way too concentrated and it was way too sweet. So if you're making it, especially with this box, do a 9x13 baking sheet. And also, whenever I do brownies, I like to do parchment paper in here with like a little lip. That way when it cooks, you can just take it on out at the end. See that? All right, so you're gonna go ahead and put this in here until it's all in there. Ooh, that looks so good. All right, so that's all nice and good in there. Then take a little lick for myself. That is good. So I don't want to use that one because I just licked that one. So let me get another spatula. All right, now you just want to spread it out evenly in the whole pan. That way it bakes evenly. All right, so this is spread evenly and ready to go in the oven. I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm just gonna stick it in the oven for about 35 minutes or until 1 inch from the edge, it comes out clean, all right? All right, so the brownie just came out of the oven, so I'm just gonna check about 1 inch from the edge. Stick a fork in there and Looks like it is pretty much done, so I'm just gonna let it cool completely before I put the icing on. All right, so the brownies have cooled completely. They've been out of the oven for about half an hour or so. Now you can eat the brownies just as they are without the icing on it, and they'll be really good. But this icing, I'm telling you, is the money maker. And when I do desserts, I go hard. So I'm gonna do the icing. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the brownies out of the pan onto a cutting board, make the icing, and then I'll put the icing on the brownies. All right, gonna move these guys. See how easy that was? So nice. All right, so now I'm gonna make the icing. I'm gonna do my two teaspoons of espresso powder in my water so it can kind of start dissolving in there. And then mix that up really well. And pour that in here. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna do my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Add my butter in there. Good to go. And now I'm gonna start adding the powdered sugar. Now it is a lot of sugar. That's why it's really important to do a 9x13 pan instead of the 8x8 or 9x9, because if you do a smaller pan, this icing will be it'll be thicker on the top and it'll be really concentrated and be really sweet. So that's why I'm doing a 9x13 pan. All right, so the glaze is nice and mixed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it on the brownies and then spread it evenly on the whole thing. All right, so the icing is spread across the entire brownie. And this is one of the reasons that it's really important to make sure the brownie is completely cooled before you do the icing, because if it's still really hot, it'll melt the icing and it won't stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge until it sets really well, and then I'm gonna cut it and it'll be time to eat. I am so excited. All right, so the brownies are out of the fridge. They've been in there for like 15, 20 minutes, something like that, just until the icing set really well. So now I'm going to cut them into like little bite-sized pieces, and then I'm going to eat. I'm so excited. You have no idea, I'm so excited. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm just gonna start right here and just cut these small pieces like that across. And then I will go, I'll go down. All right, last cut here. And now it is time to grab a piece and eat it. All right, the anticipation is killing me. Would you just look at that? Oh man, I'm so excited for this. All right, here we go. Buen provecho. Now, you know what? There's no reason for that. That's crazy. Listen, I'm going to be baptized again after this, because that is not okay. That is so good. Seriously, guys. Oh, man. I didn't take another bite. Hold on. Okay. I'll sit that down. Guys, go make these. These are so good. So easy. Oh, man. Okay, so again, I'm going to link Giada de Laurentiis, her recipe, underneath in the description box. I'll also link the recipe, or not the recipe, the instructions on how to make your own espresso powder and how to make your own powdered sugar. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, I would love to see them in the comments. If that's it, I will see you guys next time. See you guys.